Today we're diving into something pretty wild. What happens when the brain's own calculator just breaks? We're talking about a condition called acalculia.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Could you forget how to do basic math? I mean, adding, subtracting, all the stuff you learned as a kid. What if one day it was just gone? That's a pretty startling thought, right?
And this isn't some far-out thought experiment. For some people, this becomes their reality. Their ability to do something as simple as balancing a checkbook or making change, it just vanishes. All of a sudden, these everyday things become incredibly difficult.
All right, let's get into it. Section 1, a sudden math problem. This is all about a skill that wasn't never learned, but one that was just lost.
So, acalculia is what we call an acquired inability to do arithmetic. And that word acquired is super important here. It means you weren't born with it. It's a skill you had and then you lost it, usually after something like a brain injury or a stroke.
And it's really important to draw a line here. We're talking about acquired acalculia. That's totally different from developmental acalculia, which is when someone just never really picked up math skills to begin with. What we're focused on today is the experience of having that skill and then having it taken away.
Okay, so on to our next section. How do you even go about testing for something like this? It's like, how do you diagnose a broken calculator that's inside someone's head? Well, doctors have a pretty clever way.
So how do they do it? You might be surprised. The main tool they use is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly good at showing if there's a problem. It's called the serial sevens test. It's a classic, been around forever. A doctor will just ask the patient, okay, start at 100 and keep subtracting 7. So you go 100, then 93, then 86, 79, and you keep going. Now it sounds easy, but it's actually a fantastic little stress test for your brain. You have to remember the number, do the subtraction, and stay on track all at the same time.
And here's the kicker. Yeah, it's a bit of a workout for anyone for sure, but if a patient makes more than 2 or 3 mistakes doing this, well, that's considered abnormal. That's a huge red flag that something like acalculation might be going on.
Okay, so what if someone fails that test? What's actually going on up there? That brings us to section 3, a glitch in the wiring. Almost always, the problem can be traced back to a lesion. That's just an area of damaged tissue in the brain's left hemisphere. For most of us, that's where the brain's headquarters for language and math are located. So a little bit of damage there can really mess up the whole system.
And we can get even more specific. Neurologists have pinpointed the exact spots that are usually involved. You've got the parietal cortex, especially a little area called the angular gyrus, but also parts of the frontal cortex, the striatum, the thalamus. The amazing thing is, it's this whole network.